So we are in Consett, County Durham at the UK factory for the Irwin-Hymer Group, and we're here to look at their 2019 preview. In this video we're going to look at Caravans from Xplore, Elddis and Buccaneer. Okay, so we shall start with the Xplore range. This stands alone as a brand from Elddis and Compass, and we're going to start with my favourite caravan, one of my favourite caravans on the market today actually, which is the Xplore 304, the 304. So you've seen we have those lovely new graphics on the outside, and then inside we have a nice bright new colour scheme. It's called Shoreditch in Citron, but it's basically nice sort of, I don't know how you describe that colour. The greeny, the minty, the very fresh coloured green. It looks really nice in the flesh. And then kitchen one side, wardrobe and fridge on the other. Small single dinette with an occasional bunk above it. You can put that bunk down, and then we go through to the washroom, and that's the new washroom. So that's an overview of the 304. Now let's take a look at a little more detail. So first of all, I'll focus on that upholstery, which is really nice. So this has an L-shaped lounge at the front, which of course converts to a double bed with a little shelf there for your TV and a nice deep picture window. New for 2019 season are these LED lights, and that is throughout all the ranges. You'll see those new lights. Very decent kitchen there. Double socket, which is pretty good in a caravan of this size. Very neat solution there to save space. Most manufacturers would just put one big drawer there, whereas Xplore have put 1.5 drawers. That's a very neat touch. 3-burner gas hob, and then neat little single dinette. As I say, this is a fold down bunk above it, so you can put that down if you're just using that in the daytime. Just come back a little bit to this wardrobe, and that's where the table is stored. Nothing new here. And the Dometic 3-way fridge. Very swish new handle here. This is new, I believe. You're right there, Dougal. And then through to the washroom, which again is just super stylish, really nice. Got your shower there. So it is a wet room type of washroom, and you can see you've got the shower tray on the bottom. It's not fully sealed, so you've really got to keep your eye on that sealant to make sure that it remains intact. And a cupboard there, a couple of new hooks and a hanging rail. So to be honest, I just don't think that Xplore could do any more with this layout, other than maybe you could make that into a proper sealed shower room, but apart from that they've pretty much got this down to a pat. Really, really lovely. Okay, so now let's go and look at the Elddis range, and we'll kick off with the Avante. The Avante range, and let's look at the 586, because the 586 is a brand new model for the 2019 season. It is basically a shrunk down 866 version, so it's not 8 foot wide and it's not twin axle. So they've shrunk the similar layout down and made it far more accessible to people with smaller tow cars. So we'll just go in and have a very quick look round first to get a feel of the layout, with full length lounge at the front, and then if we turn around and walk through, you'll see single dinette to the left, family kitchen to the right, and then as we get to the end of the caravan, we've got 2 bunk beds with privacy curtains, a huge wardrobe, and then across the way here is the washroom with very smart fittings indeed. So we'll stay in the washroom and go into a little more detail. Oh, I say that's a very nice tap. That is a nice tap. You have a fully lined shower cubicle, separate shower cubicle. Really, really clever use of space in this caravan, I have to say. And I do like that door handle. Huge wardrobe. You could fit a lot in there if you actually took all those bolster cushions and that out, and that bunk ladder. Oh. That bunk ladder would be for the occasional bunk that you put up over the dinette here on this side. So you have an occasional bunk that you can put up and make this a 6-berth caravan. Do be aware though, at this side area here, you can see you've got the wheel arch, so it does impinge a little bit on your leg room. And then on this side of the caravan, got a nice family kitchen, fitted microwave, which some people may find a little bit high up there, which is over work surface. Black sink, which if like me you're from the southeast of England, probably won't fill you with a huge amount of joy because we have very hard water there. But we have a brand new cooker here with a dual fuel hob and a separate grill and oven. This caravan is heated by Whale blown air central heating that's fitted underneath the caravan to save space and offer layouts like this. That's proudly made in Northern Ireland. And then finally a view to the lounge with full length sofas, which sort of convert to a double bed or 2 singles, and then we have a nice sunroof and a Hickey roof light above the sunroof. So there you go, that is the new Avante. Now let's go and check out the new Affinity. Okay, the Affinity range, which has been slightly upgraded for 2019. No big headline grabbing updates, but some very useful updates all the same. As we go into the caravan, as ever, we'll take a quick look at the front, swing around and walk through to the back just to give you a feel. So we are in the 574, which has the central washroom and then twin rear beds on a single axle chassis. And so we will start in more detail here in the bedroom, which I have to say is gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, it's really, really nice, because that really does make it, doesn't it, that bedding pack. Then as we look to the central washroom, so we've got a proper fully fitted shower on one side. It's that new handle, which of course separates off the washroom, and then here is your toilet and wash basin. Oh, you know what we haven't had in this video yet, folks? Oh yeah, it's coming. Hello! Oh, I've been wanting to do that for ages. So you can see there the radiator for the Elddis central heating, and new for the 2019 season, as well as these cosmetic updates, is the fact that the Elddis heating now has, what is it called, a load monitor. And in theory, this is an intelligent system which basically gauges how much power is available to power the heating by electricity and maximize that to the best effect without tripping the power supply, so whether that's 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatt. New cooker as fitted throughout the ranges now, as we're coming to a common theme, and that smart Russell Hobbs fitted microwave above it. Huge sink in the kitchen here. Oh, it's enormous, matron. Enormous. Quick nurse the screens. And here is your... Oh. Yes, it's all very good. So these drawers don't feel as if they could take much in the way of a heavy load. And then to the front here we have, they're not full length beds by the way to fit everything. Oh my goodness, look at this sunroof. How long does this go on for? Goodness me. That is huge. So it does help offset the dark furniture somewhat. And just a note here in the lounge too, this is really neat, if the camera picks it up. You've got USB on that side. And then 12 volts and 240 and aerial on that side. Okay, so that's the Affinity range, and now let's finish off the Elddis lineup with the Crusader. Someone's getting bored out there. Moving on up to the Crusader, which is the flagship of the Elddis range, and today we will look at the Storm, which is a huge luxury twin axle. All the Crusaders have the silver sides, and this particular model is 8 foot wide. Most of the improvements for the 2019 season are cosmetic, and this one has been fitted with the option of leather upholstery. Oh, hello. Very smart. As ever, I'll give you a walk through. Oh, and you can see there behind the bed is that full length hello opportunity. I shall continue around and take you through to the washroom before we go into a little more detail. So here's the washroom, and this is a great place to start to look at the Caravan in a little more detail. One of the new touches for 2019 is this little hanging rail in the shower there. I'll reverse out, and as you can see, this Caravan as ever has Alda central heating. So despite the fact this Caravan is 8 feet wide, you still have the ability to shorten the bed if you want to push it in here to get around it, but most of us will be able to leave it pulled out during the day and just walk around it. So as I say, the changes for 2019 are mainly cosmetic. You have a extractor fan there in the roof over the kitchen, and as we're starting to see a common theme here, that new cooker throughout the range. Same sink as we saw in the Affinity, always good for main sockets, the Elddis range. Tons of storage in the kitchen here. Your table would also be in there. That's your dining table. Well, there's a huge amount of storage. And then this super deluxe ultra snoot inviting lounge at the front. As I say, this has the option of leather upholstery, and over on this side we have USBs and a main socket. As we mentioned earlier, throughout the range all the Caravans have these new LED lights. And one of the improvements that unfortunately we can't see for ourselves is that the lighting has been upgraded for 2019 with low level lighting. So low level lighting, and I believe lighting behind the headboards, but we can't see any of this in action because sadly none of these Caravans are fitted with batteries. And I was just about to say, where do you put your cup of tea? Looks like Elddis have thought of everything. That's so neat. Full box, Elddis! Tool, fridge freezer, one-piece door with your microwave above. Outer central heating, and oh, you've got that huge long skylight and sunroof. So that is the Elddis Crusader. So that brings us to the top of the Elddis range. Now let's go and look at the standalone Buccaneer range, which is basically the bee's knees, the ant's pants and the cat's whiskers of the Erwinheimer Group's UK division. The flagship caravan range of the UK division of the Erwinheimer Group, and that is the Buccaneer. Like the Xplore, this is a standalone brand, so it does actually stand alone from the Elddis brand, but we'll include it in this video, otherwise I'll be editing all night. So the main differences for 2019 are cosmetic. However, there are two new models. The Barracuda, or this one, which we're going to take a look at now, which is the Aruba. And this is 8 foot wide, twin axle. There you go, the Aruba. So it has a one-piece door with a bin. Now the reason I chose the Aruba over the Barracuda is because this is the one that I would choose, and it's my video. Alright, but although I am filming it for you. So we'll take a look at the layout. As you can see, the large lounge at the front, then you have another centre dinette, kitchen, and then a bed at the rear. And next to the rear bed is a rather deluxe washroom. So we will start in detail in the washroom, and that has a drying rack and the Eco Camel water saving shower head in the lined shower cubicle. This is so spacious, it really has to be seen to be believed. So that's your washroom. The bed, yes, you can probably see you've got a bit of a corridor feel to it there, so you have to see how you feel about that when you go and look at one of these at a show or in the showroom. Microwave, fridge freezer on that side, fridge freezer with a one-piece door. That cooker that we've seen once or twice on these tours. However, you will see that this has a nice sort of cast iron pan guards over the burners, which gives it a nice solid look. Very swish splashbacks there. I see that this Caravan has got the battery connected up. Was a very swish tappers. Swish, swish, swish and swish. Slight overuse of the word swish going on in this video. Here is your centre dinette. So the reason I say that, the reason I would choose this one is because the way I use a Caravan, which would be that this would be my lounge at the front, and then I would use the centre as my office come dining room, and then of course kitchen, bathroom and bedroom. Needless to say, this Caravan has Elddis central heating with the load detector, so you won't trip the site's electrics. Huge amount of natural light coming in through those sunroofs and skylights. And then of course you've got sockets and USBs here at the front. You've got socket, TV station on this side, 12-volt socket and USBs on that side. So that is the range topping Buccaneer Aruba. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. Now do please bear in mind that these are just a first look at the new products. They are not a review by any stretch of the imagination, just pointing out what is new for the 2019 season. If you do have any questions about the product, any feedback, Erwin Group will be delighted to hear from you, and we'll leave a link to the website in the description below. Also, we're making other videos here today about other products, so if you'd like to check those out, again, I'll link them in the description below. So it just leaves me to say, from a rather damp and grey County Durham, from Dougal and from me, thanks for tuning in. Did you like all those, Dougal? Were you excited about all those? Yeah? He never smiles. Dougal, smile.